How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. And in this video, we're going to be talking about bug out bag, get home bag priorities. What are the priorities that you, in my opinion, should put in your bag immediately? Some of the very first things and major things that should go in your bag to help you in an emergency situation, whether it be small, large, whatever type of environment, that kind of aspect. And that's what we're going to be talking about. And as you can see here, what we're going to be talking about is foot care in general. And this is a massive thing, in my opinion, that some people overlook, but in general is a very huge thing about Minuteman kits, bug out bags, all this kind of stuff to be ready for. And that's why I listed it as a priority and my first priority in essence. So if we look at history in general, prior to 1900, people were on their feet unless you were rich enough to have a horse or I guess steal one. But for the most part, you were walking around on your feet. And then after vehicles kind of came mainstream and whatnot, our modern day feet aren't up to par like originally, our ancestors were, because that's what they were using all the time. Our feet are fairly weak because we have all these awesome technologies to protect them and make it better. So if for some reason we would kind of go back to that mindset, not have vehicles anymore, as in a worst case scenario, hey, why are you using these survival kits and stuff? You're going to be on your feet. You're probably not going to have a vehicle. And if you do, how are you going to fuel it? How are you going to get electricity for it, if it is that kind of aspect? Or people are going to view it as a resource and they will confiscate it, as a higher authority will take it from you. Or people just want it and will have more force to take it from you. Now, I get it. Some people aren't in that boat, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I'm not getting into that details. But I'm trying to hit and hammer home that your feet are very priority. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the items that I have used over a decade worth in the military all over the world to keep my feet good to go. Also with hunting, fishing, camping, way out in the backcountry, that kind of mindset. What have I used and what have other people used to great success? So first off, that main item is a simple blister kit. Now this is made by Adventure Medical Kits, and they have an assorted amount of moleskin and antibiotic, or not antibiotic, but antiseptic based aspects, alcohol, stuff like that, that you can maintain your feet with to keep them from technically blowing out on you in a way. Now this is a good kit in my opinion, but I add some other items to it. I pretty much keep this kit in pretty much everything. Every kit that I know I'm going to use is cheap, it's light, it's inexpensive, it just works. But also another item is the small Gold Bond foot powder. Now this is going to keep that moisture away from your feet. And when you have moisture with your feet, it creates blisters, blisters get infected, and then it goes down to your immobility to move with your feet, and now you're laid up, and if you don't have food, you can't hunt for food, you can't get food. It just goes down this list. So I always keep foot powder on me to assist that dryness in case I am really pushing it very hard. Now another item is Luko Tape. Now this stuff is awesome in my opinion. This stuff I have used for many years and is held true, and I always have it on me. Now I don't keep this entire roll because it's a little bit heavy, but I do keep it on a small piece of plastic just wrapped around a little bit. Nothing too major, but it does cut down on the weight, but the capabilities. This stuff wears like literally iron. You can wrap it around stuff and just keep progressing and keep moving if you have to. So mainly this small kit just resides in my medical kit, in my get home bag, bug out bag kind of aspect with some other things, but that is the main kit aspect that I can use to treat my feet or maintain them if I'm pushing 20, 30, 40 miles a day, depending on how fast, what am I doing, that kind of aspect. Now another thing that you should invest in my opinion, is a good pair of quality socks. Not cotton socks, in my opinion. Cotton socks have destroyed my feet when I was much younger and in the military and didn't really invest my time into it. But I went to merino wool-based socks, wool-based socks in general, because they wear so much better on your feet. They have natural properties as in wicking, moisture wicking away, and they wear extremely well. I prefer Darn Tough, that's just me. I have a dedicated video that'll probably be coming out on this, just in socks in general, because literally I think this is a pair that I have had for a decade. No joke, this pair of socks, some people are like, ooh, that's crazy. Lifetime warranty, but I'm not gonna get into that too much, but mainly a good pair of quality socks is going to assist your feet. Put it in your bag, have backups, have a primary care that you're going to wear, and have a secondary or even tertiary, that you can put back and swap out. Recommendation, if you go into a sleeping bag, don't wear wet socks in your sleeping bag. Have one dedicated set just for at nighttime use, and then have 2 sets that you rotate out throughout the day. You can hang off the back of your pack or do whatever so they can dry out. That's what you want. Pull that moisture out of it. Next in this aspect is your shoes, your boots, whatever you're wearing on the outside. Now, personally, in the military, I am a Loa guy. I like my Loa boots just because they work extremely well. First off, I have no affiliation with them. I just like their products. If anything, it's just Amazon affiliate. I'll probably place a link so I get some sense off of if someone buys it. But I've never talked to the company. I don't really care if you buy them or not. I'm just sharing you, my instances and what I specifically use. Here is an older pair that I pretty much destroyed over probably about 3 years. And I was very surprised that this boot, lasted that long of 3 years. And then I rebought another pair, which you can see here is pretty crazy, is the amount of wear on them. And these are officially retired. I just have them sitting back, and I went and purchased a new pair. Now, other shoes, if you're not a boot-based person, I prefer Solomon's. Like I said, no affiliate with a company whatsoever. I don't care if you buy them or not. But these work extremely well. Normally when I'm on the end of my lifespan with these, roughly, I still have some life, I will go purchase new ones and put the older ones in a vehicle kit. This is my pretty much clothing vehicle kit. I have shoes down here, specific socks down here, and then a whole kit worth of clothing. And mainly if I get stranded or somewhere out far with my vehicle, because as we say in a modern day, we are pretty much always within reach of our vehicle. But if our vehicle doesn't work, then we can go back to it and arm up or, supply yourself with necessary stuff. So if I'm not in adequate clothing to make a 20-mile journey home, I can pull that, put those shoes on, and now I know I am good to go. Just kind of having that backup layer. If you guys want to see more like what is in that kit, definitely leave a comment in the description box below. Hey, we'd like to see what's in that kit if you want to get it. Some of you probably don't, some of you do. Just leave me a comment in that aspect. So anyways, in general, of foot care, it is very important. And that is why I list it as a priority, because your feet are what get you around and what keep you alive in regardless of an emergency situation or just a normal one. You're gonna have to walk in the grocery store. I get it, you're not gonna probably need this stuff, but the mindset behind it, your feet are priority, they are important. So, if you like this kind of stuff, want to talk more, or interested in me talking about more priorities, what I think, I will probably make this into a series, my bug out bag priorities. What are the very first things that I think should be in your bag, and the list of reasons of why, in my opinion, they should be. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, definitely like and subscribe. Consider Patreon. Patreon's awesome over there. I like interacting with all y'all. They get to see behind the scenes stuff that I will never release to YouTube, and see more personal life stuff and other things like that. I love interacting with them. Other than that, if you want to be a part of that, definitely go for it. And if you don't, that's fine too. I'm not pushing it on you. Completely optional. I don't care if you go there or not. It's just more entertainment for myself, and I think for the Patreons. If you don't want to be involved in that, but you want to donate, PayPal is available. But other than that, what will help the channel a lot is just a like and a subscribe, and even a comment. Just say hi or something like that. Honestly, it helps out. If you have any suggestions on what for foot care wise, did I leave anything out? Because I would like to hear from y'all's experience as well. Maybe I could put something else in there. Definitely leave it in the comment section below. I greatly appreciate it. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great day.